Ladies and boys, class is in session.
Excuse me, do you mind if I sit here?
Nope, sorry, no, that seat's definitely taken.
Just
no,
can I
no,
grab a corner maybe?
No, I'm putting my bag there or something. What? Dan!
Sit somewhere else.
Oh my God, Dan! I thought you were Nate. Take a seat. Oh my God, you guys, I'm sorry. It's Dan Brown, you guys. Man, welcome to Modern Channel Live. I'm so glad you're here.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, I'm really glad you're here, actually. It's really, really convenient because we're doing a back to school episode right now, and we were planning on you providing like a lot of the tips and stuff to make this school year awesome, or better, or just like to not suck.
Cool.
You know?
Well, I'd love to do that. I have quite a few tips about how to make school awesome.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming back to me. Sorry, I just took a sip of this Capri Sun and I just transported. Okay, let's talk chemistry.
Let's do it.
Dan, are you going into this school year distracted by any summer crushes?
I'm not really going into the school year at all. But yeah, I mean, yes. Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
She's
got you, huh?
She told me we're never ever getting back together.
She flips back and forth. That never means maybe with her.
I'm hoping.
Yep.
How
She'll
about
write
you?
some songs for you. I definitely have. I met James Vanderbeek this summer.
Okay.
I had a concussion at the time. I met this guy. I was coming out of the beach and I tossed my hair around and he came out of the water. Whoop. Okay, I guess that's moving on to the next period. But if you guys need help getting over your crushes, Joseph Birdsong from Answerly is here to help. Check this out. We'll be right back.
Ooh, that is some good orange soda. This week's question comes from our website. Joe, I'm a lesbian and I have a major crush on this girl. The problem is she's straight. I know that the best thing for me to do is to let her go, but I don't know if I can. Do you have any advice on how to get over a straight girl? Well, you know me, I've always got something to say, whether it's good or whether I need to keep my mouth shut. So here I go. Every single one of us is going to have a crush at some point in our lives, and it's going to be someone we just can't have for any number of reasons. And we will have to ask ourselves, how do I get over a crush? Now, a crush does not have to be a bad thing. It becomes a bad thing when we start obsessing over the person, and then it affects your relationship with the person, and then it weirds them out because you're going a little bit crazy. But there are some things that you can do to help get over these feelings. The first step that I have written down is to accept the crush. I accept you, crush. You need to realize that this was just a crush. This was never something deeper. This was never some deep love that you shared between each other. You did not have 20 babies together. And you need to ask yourself if you really want to be with someone who doesn't share these sorts of feelings with you. And then you need to recognize what all this means, which is that you're crazy in the head and you need to calm your torts. Calm your torts down. Next, you need to put away all of the reminders of that person in your life. This might be a little bit hard, especially if that person is your friend, but it might be what you need right now if you're crushing pretty unhealthily to help get you over the situation. Boom, 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 boom. Why do I make sounds? After this revelation, you need to focus on something else. You need to, like your binoculars, you focus except with your mind, you focus, or your time. You focus. Am I making any sense? Nope. Nothing's unusual about that. If you keep yourself busy, then hopefully your mind will have less time to think about the person and you can see that you can have fun without them. And if you feel like it, it might help to get out there, to go flirt with some people, have a good time, live your life, meet some people. The YOLO is what all the kids are saying these days. I know what you kids are saying. I listen to you kids. Sometimes. Find a new crush, maybe a celebrity crush. Reblog a whole bunch of pictures of your celebrity crush. And then you tape up a bunch of photos of your celebrity crush to your wall, and then you roll your body along the wall, and then you watch all of his or her movies, and then you bake a cake with their face on it, and then you eat their face on the cake so that they can always be with you. This advice probably seems a little bit lame or obvious, but a big part of getting over a crush is just realizing it is a crush and realizing that you will have other crushes and that maybe one of these days, one of those crushes will like you as well, and you will have 20 babies, and then you will be happily ever after, and then you'll break up. And then you'll want to roll under your bed for about a month, and then when you're under your bed, you'll open up your laptop, and I'll be there. I'll be there to help you through it. Yay! So as usual, you can leave questions for future videos in the comment section or on my site at cupofjoeshow.com.
Now it's time to take our school photo ID. These are never good, and you have to use them all year long. And you only get like 2 seconds to take it. It's so much pressure. So we're going to give you some tips on how to take the perfect ID photo. Okay, Dan, what's our first tip?
Okay, well, this may sound obvious, but the first tip is you have to smile. Nobody looks good with a serious photo.
All right, let's show them how it's done. Nate, you're gonna take our pictures. Don't mess this up.
Okay.
Seriously.
Smile.
I think it's good. Let's take a look. Good job. Very nice smile. Wonderfully done. Okay, my turn.
Okay. Smile.
Okay, let's see it. Nate, you take the pictures in between the blinks. I told you not to. Okay, we're gonna get this next one. What's tip number 2, Dan?
All right, tip number 2 is you have to look right into the camera. Your friends will try to distract you, but don't let them.
Right, and the photographer will like tell you to say cheese. It's a very simple step, but it's extremely vital. Okay, Dan, go for it.
Say cheese.
Cheese.
And it looks like, wow, look at that, direct contact. Really nailing it. Good job, Dan.
I do what I can.
Okay. Oh, no. No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count because I was, Nate. Okay, it's impossible. I'm not looking at the camera because it's impossible to keep your eyes open and sneeze. That's a fact.
That's a fact, scientific.
Yep.
All right, the final tip, this is less about technique and more about just feeling. You have to imagine yourself as you want to be seen by others, and that positivity will transfer right to the photo.
Great tip. Okay, go for it.
Okay.
I gotta nail this one. Wow, okay, that looked very positive. Let's see it. Wow.
Hey.
Tell you what, so that's how you see yourself, huh?
Yeah.
That's how, I see that. All right, I'm ready. I'm seeing positive, I'm feeling positive. Let's do this. Okay, this one better be it. Let's see it. What is, what? That's not funny.
I think that's how I see yourself.
No, Nate, what is happening here?
I don't know. Something weird's going on.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously, I think that's, okay, let's use the one with my eyes closed, I guess.
You didn't like it, so I deleted it already.
Okay, well, let's take another one.
Okay.
All right, no! We're out of time. Okay, that's another year and another bad photo. That's too bad. I'll just spend the rest of the year like making up for it by wearing fabulous clothes. That's how you make up for it.
Sure.
And okay, because she's the best and fashionable, let's get our coffee chat on with Shannon Coffee.
You're watching Coffee Chat! Today, I want to talk about style. Style! As you already know, I'm a professional fashionista. You know, a style guru. I want to give you some history about clothes because it's very important. Clothes were invented out of necessity because people were always like, your privates! I can see your privates. And that wasn't okay. So then people were like, well, we need to cover our privates. What are we gonna do? And that's when they said, oh, what about some leaves? Leaves. Leaves were like the original fashion. People would be like, oh, I got some leaves on me. I'm a fashion icon. What I'm wearing right now is just something I threw on. It's not like a well-prepared outfit. It's just kind of what I hang out in. So I'm gonna pick out some items from my personal wardrobe and I'm gonna put together some different types of outfits. Style. T-shirts are a very popular kind of clothing. You can wear a t-shirt that's plain or you can wear a t-shirt that has something on it. If you like cars, this is a good shirt to wear because then people will say, oh, that person's wearing a car. They must like or know about cars. Obviously, I like cats. Cats. You can wear something with patterns. The pattern on this tank top is a bunch of eyeballs. That lets people know, oh, you're gonna look me? I'm gonna look you. A cool thing about fashion is that you don't always have to use things the way they're intended to be used. For example, you have a skirt. Now, you could just wear this as a skirt and it'd be really cute. Or you can say, I'm gonna wear this shirt like a top. No rules. You don't like it as a top? Okay. Then you can wear it like a necklace. A necklace. No rules. Tights are a good way to say, oh, these are my legs, but they're not naked. An easy fun thing is to just throw on a dress. For a long time, only men were allowed to wear dresses. But now that it's 2012, everyone can wear dresses. It's the future. If you're just wearing a dress, you can get away with not adding anything to it. But if I was gonna wear this dress, I would wear it with this black leather jacket. This kind of mixes a more delicate side with a badass side. You could also add a denim vest. When you're wearing layers as clothing, you're also showing people the different layers of your personality. In this case, they say, oh, she's got leather? Watch out, she's dangerous. Oh, she's got denim? She's like everybody else. And if you got flowers, that means you're delicate, like a flower. If you're a real estate agent and you're showing off a new house, this is a good outfit to say, you know what, I'm confident. You should buy this house. I think I would probably add a little feminine hat on the side, just like this. Oh, look me, I'm wearing a hat. I have style. It's a really good look if you're going to report a crime. You could say, hey, I heard a crime happened. Look at me, I'm trustworthy. This is basically a one-piece denim jumper, which basically means it's like a full body suit. I know some places call hoodies jumpers, but as you can see, we're in the US, so I'm gonna call this a jumper. And I would add this longer shirt that is a sort of flannel type of shirt. You could take this bottom part and like tie it up in a cute knot. I just let it sit like that and it looks like a little bit flirty and playful. Neon colors are very popular and they're really good for standing out, so I always like to buy a couple of neon items to just make an outfit pop. This is my favorite piece of neon clothing that I own, and it really just stands out and says, look at me, I'm a fashion icon. If you're gonna wear an outfit like this, you have to be prepared for people on the street being like, look at you, you all sexy right now with that vest. So just be prepared that a lot of people are gonna compliment you and maybe hit on you because you're wearing a sexy vest. So now this look is as good as it gets. You're looking good. If there's someone that you're trying to attract and you want to say, I am so sexy, this is a really good look. It's a really good idea to add a lot of accessories to your outfit. Sometimes when you store your jewelry, they'll get all tangled together like this. This is actually a blessing in disguise because now you have something that nobody else owns. It's a one of a kind. So when this happens, don't try to disconnect the stuff, just use it any way you can. In this case, I would say that this is gonna be an ear cuff. When you're accessorizing, there's no such thing as too much, so a good thing is to just keep on adding. You can put one here. Another fun thing you can do is put like an arm warmer thing on. I like this because it adds a little bit of color to your outfit. I also like this because it looks a little bit like a cast, and you gotta think, oh, did she break her arm? Or is she just really fashionable? Mystery. If you're a teacher who's about to give all your students an F, this is a really good look to say, I'm serious. Better start studying. Okay, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed my style advice and got some good style tips. And I'd like to remind you about my damn channel's sponsor, BecomeAnX.org. They're on a mission to help quit people smoking. And they have a really cool series called The Twinkly News, so check it out.
It's time to get real with you guys. We're gonna talk about bullying.
Bullying happens in schools everywhere.
Yeah, and it's not cool. But sometimes kids wonder, you know, what's just horsing around and what's crossing the line into bullying. Today we're gonna show you.
Okay, so for these scenarios, Beth, why don't you play the bully?
Yes, okay, totally.
And
yeah,
I'll be
sure.
the person being bullied.
Actually, you know what, Dan? That's very nice of you, but we have Nate here. I'll just bully Nate, so you don't have to do that. I'm gonna bully you.
Okay.
It'll be fun. It's gonna be fun. Oh, do you want to give the first bullying tip?
Oh,
For the
sure.
scenario?
Okay, the first kind of bullying we're going to look at is new, but it's also very hurtful. It's called cyberbullying.
Okay.
Beth and Nate are going to show you guys how dangerous this kind of bullying can be.
Fantastic.
Don't do that.
Okay, the next kind of bullying is verbal bullying, name calling. It can scar you. Beth, can you please show us what it means to cross the line from just teasing to abuse?
Sure, yeah. Okay. Wow, look who it is. It's Nate. Nate, why are you wearing that headset? Are you talking to your mom? When was the last time you wet your pants, Nate? Was it recently when you were in bed and you thought you were peeing, but you were really just in your bed and you were in the bathroom? What is this up here? Is this your face or did your neck throw up? Nate, you're gonna be alone forever. F-O-R-V-E-R.
Don't do that.
Oh,
Great
gosh.
job, Beth.
Thanks.
Lastly, let's address physical bullying. Nobody should touch anyone else without their permission.
Unless it's your crush and he pins you up against the locker for like a movie kiss. That's okay.
That one is an exception. But Beth and Nate, please demonstrate unwelcome physicality.
Okay, great. All right, here we go. Get down with
Ow.
what's this?
Okay,
It's a daily
ow.
noogie. Oh,
Beth,
that's what
ow,
it is. Okay,
ow,
now.
ow,
Oh yeah.
what are you
Oh,
doing?
and then what's this? Oh, does that hurt? Oh, why
Yes,
are you
ow,
hitting yourself?
ow,
Why are you doing that?
ow.
Don't do that.
Something. So I dare you. Say something. Say. And scene. Okay. Wow. Really saved by that bell, Nate. Okay. I love you.
Thanks for helping us out,
Get back
Nate.
to work, though. Okay. Thanks. Ha. That was fun.
Yeah, and remember, if you feel like bullying has gotten too serious, you can always go to an authority figure.
Like me, Nate. If you want to talk about what just happened with anyone, you can come talk to me about it. So.
Or start a vlog.
Okay, we'll be back with more tips and we'll get into your chat, but here's a new McMahon for you in the meanwhiles.
People are expected to pick up their dog poop. We're here to make them pick up somebody else's.
We're the poo-poo policemen.
McMahon! McMahon! You said no, nah, he ain't playing.
It's a program called Leave One, Take One.
You come in, and if you see some extra poop just lying around,
Right.
pick it up. You see any dogs up there? What did they have for breakfast this morning? I'll pick up the smaller one, and you pick up the larger one. I'll hold the dog, you go in for it.
That's a regular dog right there. There it is. That's a healthy
There we
one.
go. That is a
Quarter
great
pounder.
dog owner, a great citizen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We're gonna send this poop to the lab, and you have fun with your labs. I'm gonna pull this around your hands, and before you know it, that poop is gone. If dog poop smelled good, they'd make cologne out of it. The only way we can keep this park safe is we gotta take up all that shit. The way things are working out between me and you, I didn't know that we would, one minute we'd be talking about poop, and the next minute we would be picking it up together. And we're actually trying to start scientifically trying to figure out how to stop dogs from pooping. And there it is. It's called the pull and swoop. You pull and swoop. Pull and swoop, pull and swoop. If you didn't know, we're picking up the poop.
Right.
Someone didn't pick up the dog's poop. So I have some right here.
Some dog poop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you mind throwing it out for me?
I don't mind, yeah.
The garbage can.
Okay.
And your poop smells so bad. Okay? All right, thank you. I think your dog just peed on me. I'm not even kidding. I guess that's strike one?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Okay, we're back. Let's talk about my favorite thing in a new school year.
School supplies. I recommend Trapper Keepers if you want to be fully equipped for the school
So
year.
good. I recommend picking out the Lisa Frank folder that represents your spirit animals. Also, using paper bags as book covers, because that's like, you can doodle on them. And last tip here is a pencil case that's big enough to sneak candy into. Although it's really weird to call it a pencil case, because who uses pencils anymore?
I don't think I've used a pencil since they invented the iPad.
Yeah.
Both
It's so-
of you are saying things that you'll come to regret.
Wow. So scared. You startled me. I didn't see you there. Hi, David.
Hi.
You guys, this is David Reese, pencil expert. I didn't see you.
Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure.
Why aren't you using pencils?
They're just kind of rendered irrelevant these days by new technology, smartphones, what have you.
Pens, too, are just sometimes more efficient.
In what
Am
way?
I'm wrong.
In what way?
You can write on your
Is a
skin.
pen better than a pencil?
You can write on your skin.
You can do that with a pencil.
Pens last longer, and you don't have to sharpen them.
Pencils last longer than pens.
I do kind of agree with you on that one.
There are pencils
'Cause
that
the
are
ink-
hundreds of years old that still work, and there are pens that dry out in a matter of months.
That's true.
You literally have no idea what you're saying.
But I mean, you guys, if you have questions, then get in the chat because we're gonna open up your pencil
Yeah,
expertise to people.
nothing would make me happier than to answer people's questions about pencils.
I would like to see you extremely happy. I would like that.
Who's to say I'm not teetering on ecstasy as we speak?
So I have a question. Well, how did you and pencils become so intertwined? When did you?
Well,
love
actually, I
pencils?
have a pencil sharpening business. For those Americans who still do use pencils, for the price of $20, I will sharpen their pencils via my website, artisanalpencilsharpening.com.
Wow.
And I've also literally written the book on pencil sharpening techniques.
It's true.
My book, How to Sharpen Pencils, contains 18 chapters of pencil sharpening techniques for the enthusiast.
Or the soon-to-be enthusiast.
Or the
I suppose
soon-to-be
if you're starting it
enthusiast.
off and you're feeling a little.
To read this book is to become a pencil enthusiast.
Sounds exciting.
It's a gateway drug.
And so what? How do you sharpen a pencil? I just thought you stick it in and do the thing, and then it's done.
Yeah, me too.
How old are you?
22.
Okay, that explains
me
a lot.
too.
There are many ways to point a pencil, guys. Okay, the oldest technique, of course, is to use a straight blade like a pocket knife. And then there are more advanced techniques that have spun out from that. There's antique sharpeners called little shavers, which are just articulated blades on arms. There's also single and double burr hand crank sharpeners. There's single blade pocket sharpeners, which produce the iconic ribbon of shavings. There's
The iconic ribbon of shavings.
yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Let me see if I have some in my kit, actually.
Well, in the meantime, do we have a comment?
We have a comment from YouTube. Good call. Let's get in there. You ready, David?
I'm ready.
This is from Pawnee Goddess. When was the pencil invented? That's a good question.
The birthplace of the modern pencil, we date back to around 1565, when shepherds discovered in Borrowdale Parish, England, the world's first and still largest naturally occurring deposit of graphite, which is an allotrope of carbon. And it was then that shepherds started using the graphite to mark their sheep. They misidentified the graphite as lead, which is actually why we call a pencil lead,
Wow.
even though it's never had lead in it. You can chew pencils all day. You'll never get lead poisoning.
And what's an allotrope?
An allotrope is a certain molecular arrangement of an element. So graphite is an allotrope of carbon, as is diamond.
Okay.
Diamond and graphite
We're
are
learning so
both
much.
carbon. The difference is that the molecular structure of diamond is very powerful. The bond is very powerful, which makes diamonds very hard, whereas the molecular structure of graphite is actually a thin layer of hexagonal lattices, which means that graphite is sharp, which
Which is
makes it
why the-
ideal for pencil pointing.
Well, that's also why it always crumbles when you push hard. Which
Exactly.
is when pencils, I think, are
Exactly.
inferior to pens. We have another comment from YouTube. Miss Save the Ice Caps. Can you show us a perfectly sharpened pencil?
I can't.
I think
Next comment.
like you don't have one here right now, or that
I
is
don't
never,
have one.
It does not exist in the world.
I mean, an unsharpened pencil, of course, achieves a certain platonic ideal insofar as we have not yet corrupted it by trying to point the pencil.
Sure.
But a sharpened pencil, the excellence of its form is going to be determined in part by the ends to which the user wants to apply it. And so each pencil's perfection, rather, is determined in part by what the user wants. So I can't,
What if I want to just-
some ice cap enthusiast can't
Just
just be
trying
like,
to
show
save
me
the
a
ice
perfectly
caps.
sharpened pencil. It's like, well, I have no idea what you want to use it for.
How far is this from this? This one just you can wind up. You
Well,
know.
this is like, I mean,
This is just a windy.
this is a mechanical pencil that is a plastic simulacrum of a cedar pencil. It's
Oh
disgusting.
gosh. Oh, that.
These are garbage
Now-
and must be
Oh.
destroyed.
Oh, don't do that. Hold
that's-
on. Now,
wait, wait.
why do I always get
Cost us
graphite
like
on my
$3.
hand from mechanical pencils and not from pencils? What's the difference?
Well, you just lied to
upset
me
him.
because there's no difference in the lead of a mechanical pencil and that of a regular pencil.
Okay.
Or what we might call a pencil. Okay. And the graphite, depending on the quality of the graphite, is going to leave smudges because, of course, it's adhering to the
We
skin
have a
as well
comment
as the page.
from YouTube. Let's cool this down, you guys. This is getting heated. Let's
yeah.
look at this comment from YouTube, and it's from Mr. X4271. What is the difference between F pencils and HB? Question from an amateur artist, and then this face, LOL.
Is that what that means? That's a face?
Yeah. So I taught you something that felt really good.
Yeah, I thought it was XD for a long time.
Youth is wasted on the young. Okay, here's how it works. If you've ever seen a classic yellow number 2 pencil, it usually says 2 and HB. 2 is the American designation of lead quality. HB, or hard black, is the European designation of lead quality. Okay?
It's an internationally good pencil.
Well, right, exactly. The European system goes from number 1 to number 4. That determines pencil leads. This system was, in fact, due in part to, you know who Henry David Thoreau is?
Yes.
He wrote a famous book called Walden. He went off and he lived in the woods. He left his iPad behind him and his Xbox and all the childish things. And he went and lived in the woods. He was able to do that because his father ran a pencil company.
Wow.
Okay? Now, the European system runs all the way from 9H, which means super hard, all the way to 9B, which is super soft, super black. And how is the graphite quality determined? It's the ratio of graphite to clay in the mixture. The more graphite that's in the mixture, the softer the lead and the darker the mark. And so our friend with the punctuation face would probably like it because the line is more expressive for an artist. The more clay that's in the mixture and the less graphite, the sharper the point, okay, but the lighter the line because there's more clay.
Did you guys get that? Here's another comment from YouTube. iExcella15, how many kinds of pencils exist? Very, very questioning that, you know, with the...
Let's have a rule where I only answer questions where the question marks are normal.
You didn't state that rule before that comment was brought up.
No ex post facto.
But from now on, we will...
From now on. So
many
the question was,
pencils?
how many types of pencils exist? I'm going to answer this as
Is it in your table of contents?
many types of pencils exist. I mean,
Many.
it's limited in part by,
Maybe you
the,
stumped
by the manufacturer's imagination. I don't even know how to begin to answer that question. There are colored pencils, there
Okay.
are eyeliner
Well,
pencils,
you can
there
make
are
your own
marquee
many.
pencils.
We will accept
As I mentioned,
many.
there are 9H, 8H, 7H, 6H, 5H, 4H, 3H, 2H, HH,
You just did that
HB,
silently, and we're gonna
BB,
look at another
1B, 2.
comment.
I mean, you can't begin to answer a question like that.
Well, you did begin it. Now, is this awkward enough? Wants to know, what is your favorite pencil? I love that question.
Well, I have a number of favorite pencils. Of course, the pencils that are closest to my heart are those that I've kept with me throughout my life that have certain sentimental adherences to them now, right? I mean, and the original goal of my company was to sharpen beloved pencils from people's childhood. So we have those pencils, okay, but we put those aside because those don't represent new pencils for the contemporary purchaser of pencils. I can recommend General's Semi-Hex No. 2 pencil, which happens to be the last American-made No. 2 pencil. They're made across the river in Jersey City, New Jersey. I toured their factory a couple months
Sure
ago.
you did.
And then there are all sorts of other great Japanese pencil. The new Japanese pencil, the Mitsubishi 9850, is a kick-ass pencil. But you have to go to a specialty shop to buy that. You're not going to see that at your big box store. You're not going to see that at Office Depot or Walmart. Those pencils are all
High
Chinese
bid on
garbage.
eBay.
Exactly.
Kick ass.
I mean, you just raised the pencil awareness not only in this room but across the globe.
Well, that's
Just
why I
now.
wrote the book. I wanted to
And
share
this
my
appearance.
expertise and increase
You guys, if you want to learn more about how
enthusiasm
to
about
sharpen
pencils.
pencils, check out David's book, How to Sharpen Pencils, available wherever fine books are sold. Also, I hear you're bringing back Get Your War On at Huffington Post. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Get Your War On is a political cartoon that I used to make before I started focusing on pencils, and we're going to be making some animated versions of the cartoon on a website called thehuffingtonpost.com
Yes.
between now and the election.
Cool. Well, let's all check that out. That sounds great.
Thank you.
Oh, well, there it is. Okay. All right, we're going to set up for the bee. Meanwhile, the spelling bee. In the meantime, I've got something for you. It's a My Time Channel original video premiere. You guys, status kill with Talk is Cheap. Thanks, David.
You guys need to stop talking about what you're going to do and what you want to do and what you're thinking about doing and what you're considering doing and just shut up and get out there and do it.
Repeat, I see multiple targets coming your way. Watch your six. What? Surrounded. You have to get out of there.
I'm pinned down.
You have a new notification.
I'm thinking of riding my bike to work every day. I need to get back into shape.
Yeah, do it.
New notification.
I'm thinking of starting a Kickstarter campaign.
Do it.
I'm thinking about going back on my diet.
There was a reason why you stopped.
Thinking about writing a short story.
You an accountant, man. You ain't gonna do shit.
I'm gonna start having more fun. I never have any fun.
And what makes you think you're gonna start?
I'm thinking about cutting my hair.
And I'm thinking you're just saying that to get some attention right now.
I'm wondering if I should start my own charity for homeless people.
I'm thinking about starting a club for single
I'm
geeks.
gonna give up all sugar. I'm done with sugar.
I am moving out of my parents' basement.
I'm taking flying lessons next year.
Please, stop talking about it and just do it.
Whatever, Sparky. I bet you're just sitting there scared to do something in your life.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, Okay, fine. Well, I'm thinking about venturing out into the world.
Go for it, dude. Go.
I'm gonna do it. I'm thinking this was a bad idea. Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, we love games. We're also trying to learn things. Solution, a Madam Channel spelling bee. That's how we do it. So now Nate's going to be reading us the words we have to spell, but there are two complications. First, these are words that you guys have typed in the comments, and we have to spell them exactly as you spelled them. Send us the words, get in the chat, and challenge us. The second part of spelling bee is that for each word we get wrong, we have to take a shot. And these are cafeteria-themed shots, so if we spell badly, we have to take shots of ketchup and mustard, baked bean juice, this is straight from the can, and tater water. That's water that had tater tots soaking in it. So the first one to drink all three loses in more ways than one. Okay, let's go. I'll go first. Nate, what's the first word?
The first word is Funyuns.
Funyuns. Funyuns. I feel like I watched this chat. Okay, Funyuns. F-U-N-I-O-N-S. Funyuns.
Correct.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
That's not even fair.
Dan,
Right.
your turn.
All right, I'm ready.
Your word is.
This is getting intense.
This is getting very
We're waiting on the word.
I-
We're smelling
waiting for another
the
word.
smells
Your word
of
is
these
yo.
shots in its anticipation.
Wait, my word is yo?
Yo.
Can I have the language of origin, please?
America, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna go Y-O. That's it.
As incorrect.
What was
Correct
the
spelling is
tough one.
Y-O-O.
That's you.
Yeah, that Nate's kind of
All right,
turning your
all
bad.
right,
Maybe
all
Nate should split that with you. I think
maybe,
Nate has to take half of that.
No, I'm not.
Ugh.
Tater water down.
I mean, it tastes
That
like
one I
tater
think
tots.
might be
It
the
tastes like
easiest
tater
one.
tots. Yeah, yeah.
Beth's turn.
All right, next word.
Your word is Congloblate by the Cane Monster.
Okay, Cane Monster. Can I hear it again?
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Conglomerate. Conglomerate? Oh, you guys, I don't even know if that's what it was. Conglomerate. C-O-N-G-L-A.
That's incorrect.
Oh! I'll do the baked bean juice. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Dan, it's your turn.
I'm okay.
All right.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Dan. I hope you get to that one.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
All right, what's the word?
Dan, your word is from Albert Einsteinium, and it is magical.
Magical. M-A-G-I-K-A-L.
That's correct.
Oh, come on! That's
It's
well.
not
That's,
magical. You said it the way it sounded like that.
well, then he paid you back for giving you the yo.
Yeah, thank you.
He means, okay, I'm ready for the next word, Nate.
Unicorns.
U-N-I-C-O-R-N-Z?
Incorrect.
No!
It's with an S.
They spelled it right? That's a trick. Tater water.
This is good.
That one isn't that bad. That was kind of good.
It's like a tater tot, but water.
It's like a tater tot water.
It's what you
exactly what
expect,
it is.
pretty much.
I think I'm gonna.
No, don't.
No, I'm not. I don't deserve
I couldn't
that.
handle it. I was grossed out.
Dan, it's your turn.
All right, I'm ready for it.
Your word is from IROF.
E-A-U, portmanteau.
That's correct.
Oh, he's good. He's good, you guys. I only have one more shot. I really want you to taste that baked bean juice.
I'll
Give it away
taste.
from me.
I'll taste it.
Wait, don't wait till
Okay,
you might have to. You
fair
have to
enough,
get there. I might nail this.
You could nail this, but you're not going to nail like portmanteau.
Oh,
I'm trying to get in your
might
head here. I got to psych you
I
out.
might have. That was.
I really don't want to drink
All right,
either
Nate,
of these
you
two.
Beth.
I know you really don't want the ketchup and mustard.
Your submission is from Rosie21 Elise. It is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Oh, come on. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. SUPERCALIF.
That is incorrect.
Just like it's too long.
Here, I'll do this one with you.
What a nice guy.
I'm gonna do the baked bean juice though. I'm not
It's really bad.
All right, I'm ready.
Thanks for doing that with me.
I mean, it's just like
You're so strong.
it's like if you are
Dan
eating baked beans.
is the winner of the spelling bee.
Oh God, you guys. I do it for you. Dan did it for me. That was really nice. Oh, there was a bit in my gums that just came out. Awesome. It's like a hot dog, but without the hot dog in the bun. Thank you so much for doing that, Nate. That was really nice. Okay, so I'll see you guys. See you later. Okay, man, it's been a really great show, and we need to remember it for all eternity. Do you want to make a time capsule?
I would love to make a time capsule.
Okay, we will do that when we return in like 30 seconds.
We want you to come work for your father's website. It is good, honest work.
I'm never gonna be like you. Working on the internet, I'm gonna live by the sweat of my brow. That sucks.
It's the John Friedman Internet Program on your World Wide Web.
And that's why I think this show needs an asshole living in the garbage.
It's the John Friedman Internet Program on your World Wide Web.
Hi, I'm Chris Crocker, and you're watching My Damn Channel Live.
All right, you guys, we've got our time capsule. We're gonna make some history here.
Yeah.
Also, we're gonna answer some questions in the comments, so get in there too. All right, what's first things first that go in here? Let's put these IDs in the time capsule. Let's
Agreed.
get rid of this, whatever happened here. Put it in there.
I kind of like my picture though. I might hang on to this.
You keep on.
Never mind.
No, you can keep it.
No. It's the time capsule trumps all.
Okay, it's true. Because then it'll be like, whenever you open it in years, you'll be like, wow.
Super excited.
We have a comment, and this is from, it's from Nemrod2X. Dan Brown, aka Pokebat, is the first person I was subscribed to on YouTube back in 2006 or 7.
Oh, that's so cool! Thank you, Nemrod2XK7000.
That's cool. You were someone's
neat.
first.
That's really neat. That's neat.
That is neat. Thanks for sharing that. We'll put
I
that
reached out and
memory into the time capsule.
Yes.
That's in there. Next up, we'll put David Reese's book in there.
Yeah. Who uses pencils anyway?
Right, really,
I mean-
seriously. It's like pencils, you know?
Yeah.
Let's put these pencils in
Yeah,
there.
the broken ones in particular.
Look at, that's what's inside there, guys.
This is the one
This
I
looks
saved.
like a cartoon, but it's real life. This is really
They
happening.
don't know that.
Next comment is from, It's Fun to Smile. Sure is. What was your biggest fear starting school? Dan?
Well, it depends on year to year. I mean, it's like by your 8th grade year or 12th grade year, you rule the roost.
Give me your 8th grade fear and your...
8th grade fear
No,
was...
like maybe, so you're saying like 6th and
I'm saying
9th are the
6th
worst?
and 9th are the worst.
Give me those fears.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, it's the same fears that everyone goes through, really. It's fear of rejection, fear of not making friends, fear of change, fear of terrible teachers, fear of death.
Yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared now.
Yeah.
That's a long enough list.
I mean, it's a school.
Yeah.
School is very scary, so just don't go.
No. I can't tell them that.
I can't tell them that?
You're a role model.
Sorry, I mean,
You
go.
have another comment
Stay
from
in
YouTube. And it's from SammyKid92. Have you ever made a time capsule before? I did. In high school, it was like we wrote a letter to ourselves and put in, I don't know what we put in, some pictures. But I do know that I opened the letter like last year when I was home for Christmas. I found it because my friend found hers and she was like, and she read hers. They're very embarrassing. And the things that you think are important in high school are just not going to be so important later on. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I was like, that's really, none of that mattered. What about you? Have you made one?
Yeah, I've made one. It's as of yet unopened. It is
Really?
sitting above the Revision 3 offices in San Francisco, California. And I did it during a YouTube project called Dan 3.0, and it's still hanging out.
That's exciting. Let's put the lobster in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my friend, but he's gonna go in the.
Yeah, we'll see him in a few years.
You'll survive. Lobsters don't need to breathe. I just burped ketchup. I'm sorry. And we have a comment from YouTube, and that is from Almond Baller. Wow, what a name. What to expect on move-in day, college freshman? Depends on your roommate situation. I experienced, I'm living with this person for a year. That's what I encountered.
I would expect-
And the smallest room ever that you're living with someone for a year.
I would expect many college freshmen.
Yeah, it's a good thing. You nailed it. It's gonna happen. But also so much fun, and you get to eat whenever you want it.
Ramen
and gain
noodles.
weight. Okay, Nate, do you want to add something to this time capsule? Do you have anything like in your pockets? What do you got?
All I've got is the key to my apartment.
Oh, cool. Let's take that. Nate just moved apartments, you guys. This is the key to Nate's new home.
Okay.
Let's put it in the. Let's put it. You have extra copies of this?
No.
Okay, let's put it in here, and we'll seal it up, and then that's it for the time capsule for today's show. Let's seal it up, and done.
There we go.
Remember when we made that time capsule?
Yeah.
Do you want to see what's inside it? Okay, let's look at it. Oh, cool.
It's a lobster.
Oh my God, I remember him. He's still doing it. He's still moving.
Yeah.
Oh, remember this?
There are some pencils.
Do you remember when David broke these?
Yeah, and who was David again? He knew like a lot about he was an expert on
He was like making he had an
typewriters
apron.
or something.
Something, extinct.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, here it is.
Oh, here's that book you wrote.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
A book. What's a book?
Yeah, who cares?
Oh,
that
yeah.
ID.
Oh, you look so good.
That was a good picture of me.
Oh God, it looks very scary. And that's everything.
Yes. What about my apartment key?
What?
You just put my apartment key in there.
Nate, we did this so long ago. I don't remember everything we put in it.
You still on the same lease?
Yeah, it's my only one.
There's nothing else in here. So you put your apartment key in here? I guess it's in a different dimension. Your key. That's so cool for your key. That's awesome. Okay. Oh man, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you, Dan Brown and David Reese, for stopping by. Buy David's book, How to Sharpen Pencils. Check out Get Your War On at Huffington Post. Dan, where can we find more of you in the near to close future?
You can find more of me at youtube.com/pogobat in the near to close future.
Do it. Well, you guys, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow to answer all your comments and questions. And next week, Nickelodeon's Pete and Pete will be here, along with Kitty Pryde, and Grace will be rocking on Tuesday. You're my favorite. Bye. Sorry, Nate.